What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jaesbuggin, and I just wanted to be real and acknowledge the lag in this video before it even started. Okay, I do apologize, but from here on out, the videos will be T. So let's get into this podcast now.
What you working with? Okay. What you working with? Okay. What you working with? Okay. What you working with? What you working?
I'm not forget this time. I'm back with another episode of What You Working With. As y'all can see, I do not have any guests, y'all. This is my second. I'm not even gonna lie. This is my first solo episode. Like, how y'all feeling in a building? Like, I know y'all missed me, and quite honestly, I missed myself as well. I really missed what you working with. So we just gonna we already started. What am I talking about? We just gonna start. So y'all. I took a long break. This break was like 6,000 months, y'all. Every day of this break, I was thinking like, yo, I gotta get back to what you work for. I gotta get back. I gotta get back. I gotta make sure I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. What am I gonna do? Every day I thought about it, y'all. So first off, let's acknowledge why I took the break. Like, first off, y'all, I recorded this episode with one of the most caring people, the nicest people in the world. His name is Sam. Yo, shout out to Sam. Like, I'm gonna make sure he's in this video. Like, I'm gonna add him, our snippets that I do have. But yeah, so Sam reached out to me, like, I would love to be on What You Working With. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, hold on. You reaching out to me? Nobody ever reached out to me to be on What You Working With. So this was already tea for me. I say, okay then. So we plan, I send emails, we do this, da-da-da, boom. We do the first video. The first video we do, it messed up. So I say, okay, cool. Like, I'm just record it again. The next time, it did not record his part, y'all. It didn't record his part. So I'm like, hello, hibachi. So I was just like so upset. So I'm telling him like, hey Sam, like, yeah, like, I think we really should, redo our video because it didn't record your part. And I just felt so bad because he was really speaking tea. Like, he wanted to be a model. Shout out to TikTok for him because he went live every day on TikTok. He started to gain followers, this, that, and the third. And his story is really, truly inspiring. And it was something to share. So we're going to get Sam back on here, and talk about his growth. But that really set the tone, y'all. Like, and also, this was like my last virtual video. I realized that I hated doing all those virtual videos, y'all. Like, I was grateful. Oh, hold on now. Come on, don't try to knock me out. Okay. I was grateful that I was able to have a lot of people who showed up for me and said, yes, I don't mind being on your podcast. I don't mind getting an interview by you. I'm talking about, these are people I do not know. I found them on Instagram threads, y'all. I would post every day looking for this, looking for a lawyer, looking for a psychologist, looking for a social worker. I found someone who was a DEI consultant. Like, I found these people that I didn't know, and I said, I took a shot. And guess what? They complied. They said, yeah, I don't mind. So we did the interview, y'all. And I realized that these interviews made me feel intimidated because, one, these were professionals, and I felt like, wow, I'm such a little kid to them, like, what do I have to offer to them? But that's not how you really should think. So with those interviews, I was asking them questions. I was just making sure I was getting everything, but my energy was not there. And this podcast is energy driven, y'all. This podcast is supposed to make y'all feel like you could do anything in the world through Jaesbuggin, okay? And those virtual episodes was not doing it for me, y'all. And on top of that, I posted snippets, very much a whole bunch of snippets. I posted every day, and it just felt like it got me nowhere, y'all. Like, right? Like, I just felt like, yo, these are look corny, these look whack, like, nobody's watching. Is this really where I want to go? Like, all these things. So I'm just like, oh my god. Like, so with all these things, I was just like, I just stopped. And during that time, y'all, I had started a new job. And quite honestly, I really hate my job. Like, I really hate this job. So, y'all, girl was going through it, y'all. This was the start of the break. And I think this was like back in maybe September, October-ish. Because So September, October, November is one of those months. So that was the start of the break, y'all. So I was like, I don't know. I just do not know. And I was used to being in a studio, like, I don't know if I know that song by 41, but like, I'm in a studio as a bed, like, yo, I was in a stew. Now I was in a virtual studio. Yes, I'm clip farming, by the way. So, back to the show. Back to the show, y'all. So, we was in a stew. I was doing phone calls, calling up them people. It's like, yeah, what's on? What you working with? Tell me what's the tea about your job? Is the money worth it? How did you get into it? So, y'all, we had to change. We changed our route. So we went from being in a stew in Jersey. Cause remember I moved, y'all. Remember I'm ATL bound now. For me, okay. So he's in a stew in Jersey. To now we are in Atlanta doing virtual sessions, y'all. And I'm not even about to say shout out to COVID, cause that it just reminded me of COVID, like ex-COVID, y'all. COVID K. Anyways, now we back. This is my studio outside. I hope y'all love the view. I hope y'all love my beautiful black skin melanated with the sun. So yeah, okay. I just had to say that, y'all. It's a lot of changes, and with a lot of changes come your mind is not wrapped around everything yet. Okay, all right, all right. Next one, y'all. That's where I've been at. Okay, so got my computer right here, y'all. Okay, because I need to make sure y'all know what's going on with me and what you work with. All right, okay. Whew. So now we're gonna get into what I have learned through my 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 month break. So every single day I thought about making something shake, how, this, that, and a third. And I just had to stop thinking about what you're working with. Like, I literally just had to focus on my life because, like I said, I was burnt out. So when you're burnt out, you really can't, like, focus on what you're burnt out from. Like, you can't keep adding stuff because your mind is not going to work like that, especially if you're a creative. So I just had to step away from it. So I learned that you got to step away and not force anything. Like, if you force something, it's never going to work out in your favor. Like, just step away and give it time and everything will come back to you in the right time. During my creative process, I developed another type of tactic that I wanted to use for interviewing. So I did interviews like I said, virtually, on the phone, in person, but these were all 25 to 30-minute interviews, right? And they was long and drawn out, which is great, but I needed something that will like bring the joy back to me. So I just started to do public interviews, right? And we go around asking. The first thing was I wanted to do public interviews because I started school. I'm in the AUC. I'm where Spelman, Morehouse, Clark Atlanta, and Morris Brown is. Shout out to Morris Brown. That's my school, y'all. If you trying to be a baddie on a budget, go to Morris Brown. T. Okay? Because I'm in the AUC. I'm surrounded by Black excellence. And I really wanted to know, like, are you a broke college student or do you got that motion? Like, because I'm a broke college student. Like, yeah, although I work, like, I'm a broke college student. Like, what? So I just wanted to know, are there other kids out here like me that's broke and trying to make their way through school? And I feel like that has to have light shed on, because if you in college, you can relate. But if you're not in college and you're a high school student and you trying to see, can I make something work with being a broke college student? That's why you would watch this video. So I felt like doing these public interviews would boost my engagement and get other people's mouth wet for really what you're working with. So I felt like that was another way of connecting what you're working with together, because honestly, what you're working with is a resource guide for high school students. Like, it's a resource guide for those who get out of high school or who are in college. It's a resource guide for the youth, okay? And however I could make that happen, I did. So with public interviews, that's what I did. I will also be putting in snippets, so y'all gonna see everything, y'all. Because when I tell y'all, I'm gonna talk about the public interviews more. So So yeah, so actually we're gonna get to the public interviews. What am I doing? So y'all, like I said, I did all these other interviews, but doing public interviews was new to me. And I didn't realize that I had social anxiety until I had to physically walk up to somebody and ask them, "Hey, do you, do you, can, um, they gonna think I'm weird, y'all." I'm literally thinking this in my head. I'm going over what I should say. Do you mind if I give you a quick little, no, girl, you're weird. Bye. Like, I'm thinking they're gonna say this. Um, so can I, can I interview you about college life? Let me know. Like, that's how I felt like I was walking up to these people. So the social anxiety got the best of me, y'all. Like, but I had to do it. So I just said, "Hey, like, do y'all mind if I interview you about college life?" They say, "What's the question you gonna ask?" And that's the next thing. They gonna think I'm some troll. Like, forget all these trolls out here. Do y'all know all these trolls that be asking them dumb, stupid questions for public interviews? I'm actually trying to get to the business, y'all. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna ask you, like, are you a broke college student? Do you got that motion? What school do you go to? Is there any advice you would like to give these college students out here that's coming to college? Like, so I'm like, I'm keeping my interviews short and sweet, because again, I'm nervous. This is my first type of interviews before. This is my first type of public interviews. So I'm literally asking 3 questions. The video is like 20 seconds max. Like, so along with asking somebody broke college student, if they do have motion, how do you keep that motion? How do you maintain it? Because it's easy to get. You got the money, cool. But how you keep it? Maybe you could, you know, amen. Say man. So I did those interviews. Like I said, social anxiety got the best of me. I wasn't very confident. Like I said, I was coming from a break from what you're working with, so diving right back in and doing another type of interview was difficult, very difficult. But I got through it and I pushed through it. So now we're gonna be seeing more content, more public interviews, more long form interviews, more interviews. More regular episodes just with me, because I have like a clear mind as to how I want what you're working with to be structured. Okay. So shout out to the public interviews. I'm gonna put some snippets in of the public interviews as well, so y'all can watch them. All right. So another thing that I learned during my break was that I was very closed minded. Like, I wanted what you're working with to be about helping the youth find their dream career, right? And again, like I said, during my break, I realized that it was very nicheable, right? But I needed to make it more broad, because again, I'm a college girl. I'm in a college setting. These kids want to know what's relatable to them. Yes, a dream career can be relatable to them, but what about right now? Like, very much so relatable. And that's where the broke college student comes in at. That's when I'm going to get this type of internship. That's when the resumes come in. That's when I'm going to work here that follow along with my path. So yes, it's great to hear from professionals, but it's even greater to hear from peers that are the same age as you, trying to do the same thing as you. That's what gets it. So I'm open-minded now. What you're working with is broad. Like I said, I'm doing public interviews. I'm doing what? I'm doing long form interviews. I'm talking about what school you go to, why you chose this school. Are you broke? How you get through school? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Would you recommend? Like, it's more broad. And I'm very grateful that I allowed myself to be more open-minded and make what you work with more broad. So if you have something, an idea, and it's one way and it changed, that's okay, because it's all gonna work out, y'all. I'm literally telling y'all, like, I'm living proof. I changed it, but it's not so changed. Everything's still in a realm of what you're working with, because this is what you work with right now. Okay. All right. So a next thing that I will be talking about is this season on what you're working with. So this season I will be literally interviewing college students or people who are a part of the youth. I might interview some adults, professionals in the career world, but I've decided to keep it more so in the youth. So this season, we will be interviewing people who apply to internships, know how to help with resumes. So someone working in a nonprofit organization, being a mentor as a youth, um, talking to a day trader at a young age, because it's great to have money, but we want to learn how to grow our money as well. Um, I will be talking about public interviews again, of course, because again, if you want to do public interviews, we in the same boat. Um, and I will plan this season out so well that it's going to be well orchestrated, well planned out. It's really going to be a season, y'all. Like, this is the shy, the what you working with, okay? So yeah, like, shout out to what you're working with. Shout out to me getting my mind right back into this space and ready to hit these bangers, y'all. And oh, I forgot to mention that I do not I don't have any listeners on Spotify. That's a lie. I have listeners on Spotify, but sometimes Spotify be tripping, so it be saying 0 play, 0 this, 0 that. But then people, they text me like, yo, girl, like, you ate that episode up, like this, that, and the third. So it is hard to know, like, I mean, it's good to know in one instance, like, yes, I have people listening, I have people like doing this, and like they're really texting me and this and third. But then like when I look at the analytics, like it's nothing. So whew, I ain't looking at the analytics no more. Like the only thing I'm looking for is if somebody text me and say, girl, that episode was fire, just listen to it. That's why I'm be like, clock it, T. You feel me? Okay. So I have so many snippets to add in for y'all, and I feel like I'm going all over the place and I'm talking all over the place. But it's okay because this is my first solo episode. So I recorded a voice memo during my break, and I'm gonna play that for y'all. So let's give a moment of silence. I'm just playing. I will play it so y'all can hear the breakdown. Okay. Um Also, oh yeah. So like I said, I had came up with the idea of public interviews. And I work at the airport, ATL airport, the busiest airport in the world. So I thought, oh, I can do public interviews at the airport. So I did one public interview, y'all. And again, this one I really realized I had social anxiety was I could not walk up to these people and ask them, hey, do you mind if I give you an interview? So I'm like, I interviewed this guy. I think his name was Jaden or something like that. I'm gonna put it in, and my mics were not connected, so I definitely didn't post that. The next time I tried to do an interview, every single person I asked said no, and I was just like, bummer. I also made a video about that as well. I'm gonna post that as well. So then I'm like, yeah, maybe the airport isn't the right place for me to like record because these people are trying to get home. These people are rushing. These people are busy. They don't have time to do no freaking interview. That was my thought process behind that. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Took another break because like that was bummed out. Wham, wham, I'm burnt out. Wham, wham, I'm bummed out. You feel me? So then that's when I said, okay, I'm going to school. We're going to try this again at school. And that's where I found most success at. People say yes a lot more. They do this time and third. And so I'm going to put those interviews in as well. Again, some interviews did not have mics connected. I bought these mics, cheap mics, bro. Cheap mics from Amazon, y'all. You know you a beginner when you buy the cheap mics. So I bought it. And they worked good until I recorded some videos and the audio was disgusting. I'm going to let y'all hear it. I'm talking about the audio was disgusting. I didn't post those videos. I'm gonna post them on here because I'm talking about them. But if I was to post them, disgusting. What is it? Quality over quantity. Yeah. So, whoo, child. We came a long way, honestly. And we're starting over, but it's a good start over. So, all in all, y'all, what you're working with is back in session, and I cannot wait for y'all to see this episode. I can't wait, even if you look at the snippet on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I can't wait for y'all to look at this little snippet like that shit. Okay? So Shout out to what you working with. Shout out to Jaesbuggin, aka Jay Lynn, aka the baddest, the most energeticness, the T, the natural hair guru. Shout out to me, because without me, this would not even be a thing. All right. So on that note, bug out. Okay then. Okay then.